Hi guys. Just wanted to say thank you so much for doing the mid-semester reflections. A lot of you, I think, did some really deep introspection, and I really appreciate that. Like I said, this is my first semester at IUS, my first semester doing this course. So you guys are my guinea pigs, and I take what you say very seriously. I want this class so badly to be something that you learn a lot from and that you can directly take that into your classroom. I don't want it to be a waste of time for you. I don't want it to be busy work. That's the worst that I could ever imagine. So I have learned that you guys want more videos, so I will try and do that for you. Point in case. And a lot of people have been overwhelmed by the broad range of the content, and so I'm hoping to develop something that will go more into depth over just a few tools instead of trying to give you a whole huge broad range of the tools that are available. A lot of people also mentioned that they loved Google Classroom, so I'm thinking maybe we'll choose tools to work with and post those to your Google Classroom and actually make something that you can use in your classroom one day, and we'll grade those. So for people who are working ahead, I'm going to have you pump the brakes a little bit. I think I closed it down after the collaboration. Yep, see the making collaborations exploration, it's worth 0 points now. I deleted it. I don't think there's anything in there. That's not due. The collaboration module isn't due until the 29th. So if you're working ahead, I think I'm ahead of where the last person has worked ahead. That was a lot of words to say. I think I've cut you off without messing anybody up. I'm going to rewrite how I'm assessing you and the content that I'm giving you and the projects that I'm giving you. So just hold on. I'll get it on. I promise. I'll try not to hold you back. So this is your announcement. I'm also going to just write a general list of what we cover. So if you hate watching videos, you don't have to watch it. That's fine. I'm good with that. I never thought anybody would want to watch a video. But the next part that I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through the module for this week so you can kind of plan time, see what's going to be expected. So presentation tools is our module this week. The overview just tells, of course, the objective, what we're looking at. It's about not using textbooks, but teachers presenting information. Those are the standards that you will meet, the ISTE standards, which are the standards that I'm responsible for presenting to you. Resources, here's some articles for you, a video that you'll watch in the exploration. These are all just different tools that people can use. You don't have to open and look at every single one of these, and they're ones that I've listed a lot before, so you might already be familiar with some of these. Oh, TAC is gone. I have to take that out. That just closed down last week. Here's some tutorials if you need some help on doing some things, and we're going to have a discussion this week and an exploration, and then something that's much more like a quiz. It's not going to let me hit the next button because of where the video is. Okay, so this is an overview. Come on, move back over. You can do it. Here we go. Okay, this is an overview of the discussion. There is a two-part discussion. You're going to read the article, How Student-Centered is Your Classroom? It's super short. It will take you maybe 2 minutes to read it. It's right there. That's pretty much all of it. There it is. Done. Okay. And then part one, what is the closest thing to a student-centered environment you've had? Just writing about a teacher who had a really student-centered classroom. Part two, you're going to respond to somebody else. And just make sure that you label your comment with the corresponding number of the technique that you're using. Is it 1, agree or disagree, 2, ask a question, 3, provide an example, 4, relate a link or link that just means like, oh, you know what, Laura also said that, da 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 da, and you're just putting 2 and 2 together. Okay. Then the exploration, I think I took one question out. I think the information is still there, but there's not a question anymore. So Question 1 is about Nearpod and Pear Deck, which are really, really cool presentation tools. Nearpod I love to use. I've got a few Nearpods. It's super, super easy to find Nearpods that have already been made. Like these are 3 down at the bottom that I did not make. They were available already. I just take them and put them into my library so that they're available if I want to use them in my classroom. Pear Deck, it's a little bit more difficult to find Pear Decks that are already made, but if you do a Google search for super teachers using Pear Deck, here are a couple that are already made. You just hit get the deck, get the deck, get the deck, and you can see some that are already created. You can sign in. You can use those Pear Decks. You can't edit them, but you can add them on, add on information at the end. So here's some Pear Decks that I stole. I haven't edited them. They're just made by somebody else, and I have them in my library so that I could use them if I wanted to. Both of these are really, really, really cool tools. So check those out. You can either tell how you would use them in your classroom, B, skim through the pre-made ones, download them, make a few changes, submit the share link, and then I'll go and check them out. Or C, you decide, demonstrate your knowledge of the tools. If you want to make a Pear Deck that talks about Pear Decks or make a Nearpod that talks about Nearpods and submit that, awesome sauce. If you want to do a screencast that takes me through them, perfect. That just tells me that you know about it. This is the one, it still says it's worth 1 point. These are just different ways or different things that you can use for presentations. So like if you use Google Slides, you definitely want to check out Slides Carnival just to get some different templates, making it interactive, how to do adventure story activities where students have choice, different things in there, animating a concept, how to do that. Ask a question, take a question, ideas on that. Let them tell you how students can be the ones who are telling you what's up. Alternative ways to present information. Here's just some more, and these are all listed in the tools on the overview page on engaging tools. And this is just when would you use ThingLink, when would you use TAC, Flip, Snack, explain everything. TAC, like I said, it's already closed. And I spelled that wrong. There should be a C in there. Question 4, Sketchnote. Matt Miller does this, and he talks about why it's important to use text and structure and pictures and what that does for your brain. It's a really cool little 3-minute video. There's some articles that you can read, and then you are going to actually do it, like make a sketch. You can use Paper by 53 if you're on an iOS, or Google Draw, or if you don't want to do any drawing, you want to use Piktochart, use Piktochart and just give me the information. How to create media-rich interactive maps. This is awesome for social studies, history teachers, but it's also pretty good for English teachers too if you're reading a story and it takes place a lot of places, or you really need to understand the culture of an area. Huckleberry Finn, you know, they travel up the Mississippi River. I know I had students make projects where they actually traced the path that they went up. This is something that you could use for that. And there's the article from Matt Miller, what do you aspire to in your classroom, from that article. Here's some more presentation tools, just some options of using different things. Check them out, see what you like. We've already used SlideBean for our introductions. I think everybody's pretty familiar with Prezi, eMaze, and SlideDog. You may or may not have already used in one of the previous explorations. Check them out. Why do you like them? Why not? Just read through, see what they're like. Think outside the box. These are animation tools. Powtoon was one that you could have used for your introduction. Just check them out. It's different ways of presenting information that might be more interesting and more engaging for students, more attention grabbing. These I took off the questions because I'm trying to cut down on the broad range of content, but if you are a history teacher, or again, it could be literature, something where there's a time and It just makes an interactive timeline with visuals. It's really cool. You can use that in your classroom. And I'm sure you're already overwhelmed, but here are some more options in Assembly that you can go to check out for presentation tools. So that is the quiz. And let's see, let's go to the next one. That's the exploration. The quiz is a lot more specific. And it's like 4 options. So the preview is like, here's a situation, here's 4 options, what one would be the best? Okay, so you do need to have a familiar idea of what each of these are and if they would fit the situation. So there's 15 questions. I'll probably give you at least 1 fudge point. So if you get 1 wrong, you can it's still possible to get 100%. So that is this week's module. And please, 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 if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask, to email. We can always do a Google Hangout. We can share screens. We can talk face-to-face. Or you could even just message me like a messenger through Google Hangouts. You have my Gmail account from Google Classrooms, so you can find me very easily on Google Hangouts. Yeah, I hope this helps. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you on the internet.